This video is for my loom knitting friends. I fear you have been somewhat neglected on my website in recent years because I ran out of room. But I now have a new website and you are included. I'm going to take you through finding the site and then finding the loom knitting information step by step. You're looking at the shortcuts I saved for my browser here. Here's where I go to work on the site, but here's where you go to visit the site. Do bookmark it because it shows up as the answer lady, but that is not the URL. I've decided to use the free version of the sites that Webador offers so as to be able to leave as much information for knitters up for as long as possible. I will place a link to the new site in the program notes for this video. You will land on the home page. As you scroll down, this is what you will see, and you would click on anything that interested you. But since we're talking about loom knitting today, you would click one of these two. Clicking the top one gets you a list of the loom knitting patterns I have available, and each item in the list is actually a link to my Ravelry store where it's fully described. So if we click all-in-one bikini, for example, it takes us there. A Ravelry description has a lot of information. Below the picture, you want to pay special attention to this area because this is where the pattern will be identified as a loom knitting pattern. And anything you purchase will be delivered to you as an instant download. They're PDF files. If you choose the Loom Knitting Information Index instead of the Loom Knitting Patterns for Sale Index, you will land on a page with a collage of some of my favorite loom knitting projects at the top. Scrolling down, you'll see a very brief article on the art of loom knitting. Then your options are free loom knitting patterns, single versus double knitting article, a loom knitting playlist on YouTube, a playlist on YouTube specifically for Kiss looms, special stitches for loom knitters, and free knit-alongs. If you click on free patterns, you'll go to a page with a photo at the top and then down below a list of patterns that you may have. Please take note of this fact. I will read you what it says beneath the header. These patterns employ several types of looms. Some are free PDF downloads hosted on Mediafire. Others are on pages of this site. The pages of my site are perfectly safe. I know exactly what's on them, and I'm in control of it. Mediafire is a legitimate file sharing service. Let's go there. If you decide you'd like to download the felted mini bag, this is where you'll end up. The file I'm offering you is clearly labeled, and there is your download button. I would advise against clicking anything else unless you're very sure what it might be. I am using the free version of the service. That means others are permitted to advertise on the page, and I don't have any control over what those ads might include. At the bottom of most of my pages, you'll see this menu, and if you clicked Go to my Ravelry store, you would end up here. A catalog of all the books and patterns I have available for sale. That includes both machine knitting and loom knitting books, so make sure that you do go to the actual list and read the description so you know whether it's loom knitting, as this one is, or something else. So have fun looking around my new website. The old one is still up, but it's going to be retired within less than a year. And be sure to bookmark this one because the URL is not distinctive. At this point, the loom knitting areas of the site are complete, but I will undoubtedly be adding to them as time passes.